This is Water Valley Blue Devil Classic Football. This game features the Water Valley Blue Devils and the Lafayette Commodores. The game was played on September 12, 2003 at Water Valley. The final score was Water Valley 9, Lafayette 14. And now here's Doug Carter and Lane Hart.
We're about ready for kickoff here. The pregame coin toss has occurred. The Blue Devils win the toss. They defer to the second half. So the Commodores will receive the ball to start the ball game. The Devils will kick off. Number 70, Derek Croy, will do the kicking off duties for the Blue Devils this evening. Back deep to receive for the Commodores. Number 3, Anthony Carruthers. Number 4, Chris Austin. And number 5, Eric Nix.
Well, Doug, I want to ask you a question before we get going here. Based on what's happened here in the past 2 games, put yourself in Lafayette's shoes offensively. What's one of the things that you see that you would like to attack Water Valley at? What comes to your mind first?
Oh, I'd try to throw the ball if I'm the Commodores. Short kick as it is booted, and it is caught by one of the up men by number, I believe it was number 14 over there.
He fair caught that ball.
Oh, he fair caught it. That was Stearns, Wesley Stearns, number 14. And the Commodores are going to start out with pretty good field position. Ball at their own 34-yard line. And the Devil defense will get a test right off the bat. They, of course, Blue Devil defense played a lot better last week. Basically, the only breakdowns you had was the 2 long passes that the Red Raiders scored on. They did not or were not able to run on us.
I agree with you, Doug. I think if I'm Lafayette, I may try to come out and air it out a little bit.
End around, handed to number 22. That's Zach Britton. Fumble at the end of the play there, but no, they're going to say he was down by contact. And at the end of the play, that's a first down for the Commodores at their own 46-yard line.
It was close, Doug, but I think they had already blown the whistle saying his forward motion had stopped.
First and 10 now for the Commodores. Single back 2 wings, and one of the Commodores, Britton jumps offside for the Commodores.
Illegal procedure called against the Commodores.
Now here's one thing we need to point out, Doug. We made mention that, Lafayette's going to be pretty fast on defense. They're going to have some speed on offense too. They may be young and inexperienced, but there's no substitute for speed. And that's what concerns me too, is their wing backs, especially when they run that wing back sweep, so to speak, them beating us to the corner.
Britton, number 22, remember him from last year. He saw a good bit of action in the game last year, and he's an excellent running back. Man in motion, looking to pass, looking for the quick hit on the slant, intended for Britton, but it was too long and incomplete, and the pop was put on there by number 14, Brandon Hawkins.
Well, the thing that makes this offense for Lafayette so tough to defend is you can run so many plays off of the formation. You can run play action, you can roll out and throw, you can run reverses, you can run the option, you can run the power plays. You can do a lot of different things out of this formation.
Second down and 15. They give the ball to number 21. That's Michael Mitchell. Excuse me, Mithsell.
Stopped by Brandon Hawkins, the Blue Devils. Commodore first down.
First down, Commodores in Blue Devil territory at the 42-yard line.
I know it's early, Doug, but I think Coach Drury and the defensive coaches anyway, they have got to be concerned at the chunks of yardage that Lafayette's able to march off here in the early going.
Handed off there to Carruthers. Penalty flag on the play as Carruthers is tripped up down at around about the 34.
Lafayette's doing a real good job of sealing off inside, Doug. And it's putting this running back out here one-on-one with the defensive back. Looks like the Water Valley's going to get a break, though. Penalty on the fit. Looks like a illegal block in the back.
That is the call as the referee signifies. They'll march the penalty off now. And that brings the ball all the way back into Commodore territory at the 49-yard line. where it will be first and first and 20.
First and 20 from the 49.
Ball resting on the Commodore 49-yard line. Just underway here. First possession of the game for the Commodores. Terrence Buford's your quarterback tonight. Man in motion. They give it to number 5. That's Nix. Nix still on his feet. And he's finally tackled down and around about the 46-yard line by the Devil defense. That'll bring up second down now and about 15. Second and 15 now for the Commodores.
Brings up second down, second and 16 from the 47.
Austin and Brown into the ball game. Tommy Killen, your lone back in the backfield. Buford heaves one up. Intended for number 4, Austin.
That's a good no call. Good no call right there, Doug. Of course, Lafayette screaming offense or defensive interference. Could have called offensive interference, but I think that's a good no call. Good coverage right there by Water Valley's defensive back. Was with him stride for stride. They just made incidental contact there.
Third down now, 3rd and 15 from the 48-yard line.
The key, I think the key in this day and age to man-to-man coverage, as far as whether you call interference or not, is do you use the contact to gain an advantage? And if that's the case, you're going to see the flag.
Buford back to pass, under pressure. Gets the pass off, completed to Nix.
Tell you what, they had it set up good. It was good recovery there by Water Valley on defense. They had the screen set up in good shape. Gained a good chunk of that yardage back. Going to bring up 4th down now. Interesting decision here by Lafayette.
Pressure put on Buford by Tim Ham. 4th down now, as you say, and about 5, maybe 6. Call it 6. 4th and 6.
If you're the Blue Devils on defense, you need to be aware of the hard count.
Ball
to draw you off sides.
Ball on the Water Valley 37-yard line. Receivers left and right. Double wings, single back in the backfield. They give it to number 3, Carruthers. Carruthers is tackled at about the 31-yard line, and that's good enough, I think, from where I'm looking at it now for a first down. By about a yard.
Once again, Doug, I think it's just a matter of Lafayette. One, they're doing a good job of sealing inside, and their backs are a little bit quicker than we are, and they're beating us to the corner.
1st and 10 Commodores now from the 31-yard line of the Blue Devils. 8:26 to go here in the first quarter of play. Just underway here. First defensive series for the Commodores as they are marching down the field. Slot receivers to the left, single receiver right. Buford hands off to number 21, Missile.
Stopped by Pierre Allen and Tim Ham of the Blue Devils.
This is a good drive here for Lafayette. Good drive here. They look sharp. They look focused. Offensive line's really doing a good job of coming off the ball.
And 7 brings up second down, second and 3 from the 24.
Second down now and 3 for the Commodores from the Blue Devil 24-yard line. Shaw comes out wide to the right. Penalty marker on the play.
Generally coming from the back, Judge, means delay a game.
Delay a game against the Commodores, so that'll back them up.
Well, one of the things that I've noticed on this drive is Lafayette's picked up a couple of penalties on this drive, but they've been very easily, been able to overcome it.
That'll make it second down and 9 now once the penalty's marked off.
Second down, second and 8 from the 29.
Well, if you went for it on 4th and 5 a few minutes ago, you figured it's going to be 4-down territory.
Timeout. Timeout, Commodores. We'll take a break. You're watching Blue Devil football. On the 24-yard line of the Blue Devils. The Commodores come out of this timeout trying to continue this drive that started on their own 34.
Second down, second and 8.
Single back in the backfield. 4 receivers in the pattern. Buford takes it himself, looking for running room up the middle, and he's finally tackled, but not before he gets down inside the 20 to about the 19. Pick up of almost enough for the first down, and I believe it's going to be enough for the first down as they begin to move the chains.
First and 10 from the 19.
First and 10 now for the Commodores. Ball resting just inside the 20-yard line of the Blue Devils. Buford hands it off to Nix. Nix goes over the left side. Tackle down around about the 15. Gain of about 5 on the play.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now for the Commodores from the Blue Devil 14-yard line, or from the 15 rather. Buford hands it off to the Carruthers. And Carruthers tackled by Charlie Edwards for no gain on the play at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it's no doubt that Lafayette's had more success going to their left as far as running the football.
Third down now. Third down at about 6 after he dropped him for about a loss of a yard on the play. Buford steps under center. Nix goes in motion. He pitches it to him over the left side, and Nix is going to hit into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, Commodores. Number 5, Eric Nix.
It's too easy, Doug. It's just too easy. I couldn't really tell from where I was sitting. I know one thing, there was a lot of blue shirts on the inside there, and Lafayette had the outside sealed off, and I think the running back didn't even get touched till he got to the goal line. It's just too easy.
Number 57, Jonathan Davis, set to kick off, or set to attempt the extra point out of the hole to number 32, Brent Rushing. Kick is good. It was low, but it went through the uprights, and that makes the score the Commodores 7, the Blue Devils nothing, and you're watching Blue Devils football. For the Blue Devils, number 3, Pierre Allen, along with Rico Gillard, and number 14, Brandon Hawkins. Your up man is Antonio Johnson, number 12. Commodores getting ready to kick this thing off, leading 7-zip as they took the ball and marched down the field impressively on the initial drive from their own 34, and Eric Nix took it in from about 10 yards out or so. Nix will kick it off for the Commodores. And he gets a foot into it, drills it deep. Pierre Allen at the 20-yard line.
Wow.
Allen runs into the back of his own man. If he had hit the hole instead of his own man, he might have gained a lot more yardage than that.
One of the reasons he ran into the back of his own man, because his own man got knocked back. Tell you what, Lafayette has come out and established themselves physically, especially on, of course, here in the opening offensive. Their offensive linemen took control of the line of scrimmage, and they're right now playing a lot more physical game than Water Valley.
And we have an official timeout now for the water break. We'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. .5:26 left to go in the first period to play. 7-0 your score in favor of the Lafayette Commodores. Water Valley with the ball on their first offensive possession, with the ball resting on their own 30-yard line. Charlie Edwards starts it out at QB. I formation in the backfield with Allen and Gillard. Lone receiver is Brandon Hawkins. As the Blue Devils look like they're going to go to the run. Gillard with the ball, looking for room up the middle. Gains about 3 on the play. Takes it up to just, we'll call it 2.5, to about the 32.5-yard line.
brought down by the whole defensive line of the Commodores.
Lane, looks as though Coach Drury and the staff have decided to try and establish the run first.
Well, it looks that way. That play looked a little bit slow in developing to me, but Rico was able to get a couple of yards out of it. I think it's important for Water Valley. I think they've got to answer that opening drive by Lafayette.
2nd and 7. Gives it to Pierre Allen. Pierre Allen breaks into the open. Look out! Pierre Allen down the sideline. One man to beat. And if he didn't, they're saying that he stepped out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Number 7, Justin Woodall for the Commodores, saved 6 points.
That was his only hope, was to shove him out of bounds because Pierre was walking away from him. Big play right there. Gets the crowd back in it. And you made the comment during the break, Doug. It was going to be interesting to see how Water Valley responded to that opening drive. Looks like so far they've responded well. So now you're deep in Lafayette territory now. You're 1st and 10 inside the 15, so it's imperative that you score now. You've got to put it in the end zone.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Give it to Allen. Little or no gain on the play, maybe even a loss of about a half of a yard.
It's never good. At least my old coach told me it's never good when you look up and you see offensive linemen turn around looking at the play. I'm telling you, this Lafayette defense is going to be physical. They're going to be quick, and so if you're going to run up the middle, you've got to hit the hole full speed. When you get that ball, you've got to be at full speed. You can't just kind of pick your way through there.
2nd down and 9 now for the Blue Devils. Give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room, breaks it off the left side, down inside to 10 to about the 8.
7, Woodall.
And of this duo, Pierre Allen will tend to try to finesse you. Rico Gillard will flat run over you.
Rico's got that unique characteristic of speed, quickness, and physicalness. And by looking at him, you wouldn't think so, but he's a tough, low runner, got great balance, has that knack of making that first defender miss. And you're right, he's a physical runner. He can run through tackles.
3rd down and 4. Give it to Gillard again, and this time he doesn't gain. If he gets back to the line of scrimmage, he's lucky. There was penetration in the backfield by the Commodore defense. That was number 21, Mitchell.
Going to try a field goal now, looks like, Doug.
4th and 5, and the Blue Devils going to opt for the field goal route here. Ball will be placed down at about just outside the 15-yard line. Drake Dickey will attempt the field goal, a 25-yarder, and Dickey delivers the 25-yard field goal for the Blue Devils, and they're on the board. It's 7-3 in favor of the Commodores. You're watching Blue Devil football. Brothers corrals it at about his 8-yard line, breaks it out to the left side. That's trouble. He's got about one man to beat, and that's Brandon Hawkins. And Brandon Hawkins saves 6 points right there as the Commodores get knocked out of bounds at the 29-yard line. And the Commodores answer the Blue Devils' big play and scoring drive with a big return of their own.
Special teams, Doug. We said it in the opening. And this is not where you want Lafayette to start with the football, especially coming off a
not after that opening drive they had.
Dominating drive that they had.
1st and 10 for the Commodores. Ball resting on the 29-yard line of the Blue Devils. Britton in motion. Fumble on the play.
Picked up by Rico.
Rico Gillard picks the ball up, and he's headed down the other way. One man to beat. Zach Britton runs him down and saves 6 points. Tackled at the 20-yard line. Oh, my.
How quickly things change just when you think Lafayette's gained the momentum back and they're fixing to drive down and score. Mistake number 1 by Lafayette's offense puts the ball on the ground, and Rico with a heads-up play to pick it up and score.
And
almost score.
Unfortunately, in the first ball game in particular, Lafayette was fumble prone against Amory's Panthers, and that's basically what cost them that football game. They put it on the ground. The Blue Devils pick it up and run it back all the way to the 18-yard line.
He don't have the right personnel. Coach Drury wants a timeout.
And the Blue Devils signal for a timeout, and we'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. First and 10 now for the Blue Devils here as they come out of this timeout. Ball resting on the 18-yard line. And we were discussing this during Blue Devils really need to get 7 here. You want to make sure you can get some points for sure.
Well, the first time,
three doesn't even get you tied.
The first time down, Doug, especially when Lafayette had just took it down the field and scored, they had the momentum. And so the first time down, you got that deep, you needed to come away with something. You did not need to come away with 0. This right here could be big if you could punch it in. You could gain control of the football game right here.
Edwards in the shotgun. He pitches it back to Gillard, and Gillard has tackled it to 20. Loss of about 2 on the play.
I mean, Doug, I don't know if there was a breakdown in the blocking scheme or whatever. There was 5 or 6 white jerseys around that play.
Loss of 2, second down and 12 now. Ball resting on just outside the 20-yard line. Johnson brings a play in.
You've got an experienced defensive coordinator over there on the other side that's played a lot of football games against Water Valley, especially against this option offense. So
3 receivers to the left. Edwards with the ball, looking for Pierre Allen. Oh, and threw his hands in the end zone, incomplete.
I tell you what, that's one of the best throws I've seen Charlie throw in a long time. He put that baby right where Pierre could catch it. Good coverage there by the defensive back. Lafayette was able to take his eye, able to distract Pierre enough.
Third down now, third down and 12, ball on the 20.
This is crucial, Doug. You need to get a good chunk of yardage back here if you're going to at least, if you're thinking field goal again.
Same formation, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Edwards in the shotgun, looking for a receiver, goes into the other corner. Was intended for Brock Langham, and it's intercepted in the end zone for the touchback.
7 of the Commodores, Justin Woodall.
Justin Woodall with the reception, or interception rather, for the Commodores. And the Commodores will get the ball back on their own 20. Going the opposite way. So once again, we have another swing in the momentum.
That hurts right there, Doug. I mean, it hurts. You're not going to get that many opportunities. And you got 3 points on the first one, and you're coming away with no points here. I don't know. It looked like to me, and there again, I don't know the play call, but man, there was a lot of traffic down there in that one spot. It looks like he had a lot of receivers down there in that one spot.
Hand it off to Nix. Nix going around the left end. Nix with room, and he knocked out of bounds.
Number 14, Hawkins of the Blue Devils.
And you got a little pushing and a little shoving going on over there in the aftermath on the sideline.
Well, I think Albert Horton's a little frustrated. I think he's frustrated because they're wearing him out over there. I mean, Lafayette is on, especially on that side. They're picking up chunks of 10 to 12 yards every play. You cannot give that up.
First and 10, Commodores, ball resting on their own 36-yard line. 2 wing backs, single back in the backfield. Man in motion. They give it to number 3, and that's Carruthers. Little gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play, all the way up to the 39-yard line. Call it 3. Second down and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Under a minute to go here in the first quarter of play. 7-3 is your score in favor of the Lafayette Commodores.
Well, one positive thing, too, of course, I know Charlie hates that he threw the interception, but one thing I was impressed with, he had plenty of time to throw. He had a lot of time to throw, so that's a good positive thing that comes out of that situation.
Hand it off, and they get some defensive penetration, and this time Carruthers has nowhere to go as the defense gets into the backfield and drops him for a loss.
Shot by Edwards and Rico Gillard of the Blue Devils.
They spot the ball at the Commodore 36-yard line, where it'll be third down and 10 now.
Loss on play brings up 3rd and 10.
One thing, if I'm Water Valley on defense now, I've got to look for the screen pass. They had it set up perfect on that first drive, Water Valley recovered well, but you got to be looking for the screen pass. They're going to probably just let the quarter run out here.
Approaching the end of the first quarter of play, and there it is, the end of the first quarter. It's 7-3 Commodores. You're watching Blue Devil football. Second period of action about to get underway here with the Lafayette Commodores leading this contest 7-3. A first quarter filled with action, Lane, as the momentum swung back and forth with a fumble return, and then an interception.
Yeah, it's definitely the momentum's definitely swung back and forth, and if you now observing that first quarter, if you're Lafayette, you got to be pretty happy you took the opening drive and you scored. You made a couple of mistakes, gave up a long run and a fumble, got deep into the Lafayette's territory, but you only gave up 3 points out of the whole situation. So if you're Lafayette, you're saying, okay, we're all right. Water Valley, on the other hand, you know, they've had a couple of breaks they couldn't cash in on them.
3rd and 10 now for the Commodores. Ball resting on their own 36-yard line.
This is a big play right here.
Crucial bled down here for the Devil defense. Buford back to pass, tries to go the quick route. Penalty marker comes in late.
I think they're going to get Water Valley for holding.
We'll see what that is. It came in from the side, Judge. Pass interference.
I think they got Charlie for a little shove.
And that proves to be a crucial penalty, as that moves the ball into Blue Devil territory at the 49-yard line and gives the Commodores a first down.
It was borderline call over it, Doug. The side judge over there on Lafayette's bench, he's the one that threw the flag, so I imagine he got some pretty good help to make that determine whether to throw it. It was close. You're allowed 5-yard contact, and it looked like to me that receiver was in that 5 yards, but it was borderline.
Buford to Britton, and Britton is stopped. Justin Mitchell and Shannon Crow team up on that one. Drop him for about a yard loss.
Stopped by Crow with the Blue Devils.
Well, not quite a yard, but they'll call it no gain. Some stats from the first quarter here, Lane. It was pretty much a defensive struggle all the way, although you had a lot of swings in momentum as far as offensively went. The Commodores rushed for 94 yards, passed for 10 for 104 yards total. The Blue Devils, meantime, rushed for 60, all of that, on that one long run by Pierre Allen.
Yeah, if you're Water Valley, you've got to be concerned coming off that first quarter, 94 rushing yards by Lafayette. That's cause for concern.
Buford back to pass, rolling, has a man open. That's number 41.
Pass complete to number 41, Killian.
That's number 41, Tommy Killen.
Incomplete pass, Doug. That's a good call there by the official. He trapped that came right into our front door here. We had a good view of that. There's no doubt that tight end or that number 41 trapped the ball. Once again, 3rd and long. Crucial 3rd down play here.
3rd down and 10 yards to go from right about midfield for the Commodores. Buford back to pass, pumps, heaves one up downfield. That one's intended for number 4, Austin, and was almost intercepted, but it was pushed out of bounds down there. That was number 20.
I think that's Blackman, isn't it, Doug?
Number 27, yeah, I believe right. Derek Blackman. That'll bring up a 4th down and 10, and that should bring up the punting situation for the Commodores.
And you remember we said in the opening that Lafayette was going to probably try to throw deep a couple of times, and I'm not surprised that that's who they're picking on a little bit because that's who Shannon completed their passes against. He's done a good job tonight so far.
Nix gets the punt off. Charlie Edwards calls for a fair catch and fumbles the ball. He has to pick it back up line. He's looking for some running room. Oh, and he got hammered at about the 11-yard line. Edwards lucky to be able to maintain possession of that. They're going to spot the ball on about the 11, close to the 12-yard line, where the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 on offense. 7-3 lead for the Commodores here early in the second period. We're at Bobby H. Clark Field in Water Valley for the 31st meeting between the Commodores and the Blue Devils. Edwards at quarterback with the eye behind him. Gives it to Gillard straight ahead. Gillard takes it ahead for maybe a yard, if that much.
See, this is where field position comes into play so much, Doug. You know, if you're Water Valley, you're pinned back deep, and so your offensive play calling or your offensive play choices is very limited because you have to be conservative to a certain extent. And you certainly don't want to make a mistake down here. But you need to get a little field position in case you have to punt to give Charlie some room.
2nd and 10. Edwards rolls out. Has a man open. Oh, it's Pierre Allen, and good gracious, what a hit delivered by Zach Britton.
Number 22, Britton.
That's a big first down conversion right there. And you're right, Doug. He took a shot.
Britton put a hammer on him, and he held on to the football, and that's enough for a Blue Devil first down with the ball at the 23. First and 10 Blue Devils now. Nice reception there by Allen. Nice throw by Edwards.
First and 10 from the 21.
Give it to Allen, the first back through, and he's held up for little or no gain.
Oh, that play just hadn't quite looked right, I guess is the only way I know how to say it. Just I don't know if the blocking is taking too long to develop, but it seems like the 2 times Pierre has tried to run that play, he's hitting a wall up there, and it's almost like it's too slow in developing.
That should be a quick hitting type play where you hit the hole and pop through it.
And if you have to run that play and pick your way, then that's trouble.
Gillard on the carry, looking to try to get around the edge, and he's dragged down for little or no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Once again, Doug, you need to convert here. Not so much sure that you want to score, but you're trying to get some field position back, because if you have to punt this football, you don't want to have to punt from the 15-yard line.
Edwards out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left. He's looking for Pierre Allen. He throws it out there, and he overthrows him by about 5 yards. Allen had a step, but it was overthrown. Fourth and 9 now, and Edwards will stay in the contest to punt the football. Well, no, maybe let's see. They were.
After the incomplete pass brings up.
I think Brock. Yeah, Charlie.
From the 23 for the Blue Devils.
Charlie's going to drop back in punt formation.
I thought for a minute Brock was going, because Brock, if I'm not mistaken, Brock is the number 2 punter, but Brock's going to be the up back here.
Good snap. Kick gets away. Ball's going to hit at the 50. And down at the 48-yard line there by big number 58 for the Blue Devils.
Well, now, Doug, on the last series, as far as when Lafayette was on offense, Water Valley was on defense, it looked like the Blue Devil defense has maybe settled into the game a little bit. You know, just kind of calmed down, read the proper reads, and then they've kind of settled in a little bit. Now, you look for Lafayette here to kind of maybe open things up a little bit because of the field position, because the field position being at midfield. So just your defense needs to keep the momentum going.
First and 10 Commodores, ball at their own 48.
Number 3, Carruthers on the carry.
Carruthers on the carry. And he's held up and dragged out of bounds at about the 40.
Hit first by Antonio Johnson of the Blue Devils.
47-yard line of the Blue Devils. New quarterback in the game. Number 18, that's Devin Mooneyham. 2nd and about 6 now. Passing for so far, Buford 1 for 5 for 10 yards. Edwards 1 of 3 for 11.
Brings up 2nd and 6 from the 47.
Mooneyham with a man in motion gives to his fullback. That was number 44.
Phillips on the carry.
Jamie Phillips.
Stop by Shannon Crow.
They
Blue
almost
Devils.
broke that. That was close to disaster there.
Ball inside the 40 at the 39, 1st and 10.
From the 39.
And you're 7:58 and counting to go in the half. And boy, if you're Water Valley, you really don't want to give up a score here. If anything, you want to just let the half end down 7-3.
1st and 10 Commodores. Ball on the 39-yard line of the Blue Devils.
The thing that's so difficult for a defense against this type of offense, Doug, it's just so hard to find the ball.
Carruthers on the carry. And he's finally dragged out of bounds over there on the far sideline at about the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 Commodores.
That's a play. I think that's a play that when the half gets here, I think that's a play that Coach Drury and his staff's got to sit down and really look at. Lafayette is having tremendous success on that little wingback play there. And every time they've ran that, they have had a gaping hole.
1st and 10 now, Commodores. Man in motion, they pitch it back to Nix. Nix around the sides, picks up some speed, and takes it down inside the 20 to the 17, where he's finally tackled by the Blue Devils.
Hey, it's just there's no resistance over here. They're just and I know it's frustrating, but Lafayette's not getting an attempt to tackle till 5 yards down the field. You've got to have some type of quicker reaction. And excuse me, Doug, and a lot of that has to do with Lafayette because they're doing such a great job of blocking and stealing off to the inside.
2nd down and 1. Hand off to the first man through, and that's number 44, Phillips. Takes it down to the right outside the 15, call it the 15. That should be enough for a 1st down. It is. 1st and 10 Commodores from the 15 of the Blue Devils. 7-3 your score in favor of the Commodores. Number 8, Terrence Brown bringing the play in from the sideline. Number 18, Devin Mooneyham, your quarterback. Britton in motion. They pitch it back to Britton going around the right end. Britton cuts it back up inside and scores.
Commodore touchdown.
Touchdown, Commodores. Number 22, Zach Britton. And they're making it look easy.
Well, one thing Lafayette does so well is they block well downfield. I mean, you even saw some of their offensive linemen downfield actually blocking, so they're staying with their blocks until the end of the play.
Davis on for the extra point attempt. Low snap, kick is up, and the kick is good, and that makes the score the Lafayette Commodores 14, the Water Valley Blue Devils 3. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're watching Blue Devil football. Nix gets set to kick it off for the Commodores. Back deep to receive, of course, for the Blue Devils, Pierre Allen, Gillard, and Brandon Hawkins.
The good thing about that score, Doug, is they scored pretty quick, and so you still got 6 minutes and 22 seconds to try to get a score in, and you've got 2 timeouts left, so that's plenty of time. And a good return here will help.
Number 5, Nix set to kick it off. As once again, the Commodores are able to drive down the field and score, and the Blue Devils now forced into a situation of having to try and answer.
I mean, Water Valley hadn't played all that bad. They've got a couple of situations on defense they've got to work out.
Pierre Allen picks it up at about the 3-yard line and returns it up to about the 12. And Lane, he should have let that one roll into the end zone.
Yep, that would have been the thing to do for sure. Now there again, you're pinned back deep, so your offensive play calling is very, very limited because you can't afford to give up another turnover here for sure. But you need to string together some 1st downs because you don't want to turn the ball right back over to Lafayette's offense, especially with the momentum they've got right now.
1st and 10 Blue Devils, ball resting on the 13-yard line. Edwards hands it off to Pierre Allen. Allen looking for some running room. And he is stacked up there at about the 11 and stopped for no gain.
Well, Pierre has got to quit hitting up in there and wanting to bounce it outside. That's not going to work against this defense. He needs to run the play. He had that problem last year. He wants to bounce it up inside and then go outside.
Official timeout on the field for the water break. We'll take a break and we'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. Second down and 9 here for the Blue Devils. Ball resting on the 13-yard line as the Devils had it stacked up on them there on the first try at that running play. And we'll see what Coach Drury and the staff come up with here for this particular offensive drive. As Lane was, as we've said earlier, you've got to try and maybe mix it up a little more.
Well, yeah, maybe so, but when you're 2nd and 9 on your 13-yard line, you can't really mix all that up much, really. The field position has really played to Lafayette's favor.
Single back in the backfield. Receivers left and right. Pierre Allen, your lone back. Edwards looking for running room, steps it up inside, takes it up over the 15 to about the 17. Gain of maybe 3 on the play. Call it 3rd down now and about 6.
Third down, 3rd and 5 from the 18 for the Blue Devils.
Once again, the Blue Devils line it up. Edwards looking for some running room, runs into the back of his own man and is tackled back at about the 15 for a loss.
Well, the reason he ran back to his own man is number 5 for Lafayette had driven our offensive lineman into the backfield. See, Lafayette's playing a very good physical football game, and right now that they're winning in all facets of the game at the moment.
Brings up a 4th down now, 4th down and 6. And Edwards will punt from deep in his own end. It will kick probably from about his 7.
Number 10, Charlie Edwards back in punt formation for the Blue Devils.
Gets the kick away. Nice driving kick. Going to hit and roll. Takes a nice Blue Devil roll. All the way back to the 40, almost 3-yard line. Nice punt there by Charlie Edwards.
Well, your defense has got to hold them. You got to hold them here. With 4:22 now to go in the first half, Lafayette's got 2 timeouts left. But if you're Water Valley, you cannot let them score again. It's 14-3 already, and it's going to be tough to come back against them if you give up a score here.
1st and 10 Commodores, ball resting on their own 44-yard line. Make it to 43. Buford back in the game now at quarterback. Buford hands it off to Carruthers, and Carruthers is tackled in the backfield for a loss there by Tim Ham.
Stopped by Tim Ham of the Blue Devils.
Good defense right there against that play, Doug. That's finally kind of been their bread and butter play of this first half. They've had good success with it. Water Valley defended that real good. They defended that play real good that time.
2nd and 12 now for the Commodores after the 2-yard loss on the tackle by Tim Ham. Buford drops back to pass. Looking to his right, under pressure, gets off the pass, and it's intercepted by Brandon Hawkins at the 35-yard line. Hawkins looking for running room, and he's finally brought down at the 44-yard line of the Blue Devils.
He's going to be a little shaken up on that play, Doug. He fell awful funny or got kind of tackled real weird. Looked like he may have jammed his knee. That's a big play right there, man. When your defense needed that more than anything.
1st and 10 now for the Blue Devils from their own 44-yard line.
I really wish he would have kept coming to us because he had this sideline if he could have got by that one defender, but that's all right. Water Valley has to burn a timeout here, Doug. That's crucial.
Timeout, Blue Devils. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. First down here for the Blue Devils. 1st and 10 from the 44 as we come out of this timeout. Turnovers so far tonight, the Commodores have 2, a fumble and a interception. And the Blue Devils have 1, the interception in the end zone thrown by Charlie Edwards.
Blue Devil 1st and 10.
You still got plenty of time, Doug. That timeout hurt. I think what happens is Coach Drury or somebody didn't tell Coach Drury that Hawkins had to come out.
And Edwards just dropped for a loss by number 1, Lipsy. About a 3-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 13 now.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up 2nd and 12 from the 42.
I'll tell you what, Lafayette's done a real good job here, especially in the second quarter, of just really stymieing Water Valley's offense. They have not been able to get anything going at all.
Johnson and Langham at your wideouts. Pierre Allen, your lone back. Edwards looking to move it forward on the quarterback draw, takes it up across the 45 to about the 47. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards there.
First by Mooneyham, assisted by Phillips of the Commodores.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about a long 6, closer to 7.
3rd down, 3rd and 7 from the 46.
Crucial 3rd down play here for the Blue Devil offense. Edwards back in the shotgun, looking for Johnson. And a little bumping going on down there, and our coaches were wanting the Blue Devil coaches wanting a flag and didn't get one.
Well, Doug, the ball wasn't catchable. Ball wasn't catchable.
Brings up a 4th down now,
if Charlie underthrows that a little bit, he probably gets the interception or the interference call. But the ball landed over there almost on the fence, so it wasn't catchable.
4th and 7 from the 46, and Edwards looks really here to get a good kickoff, try to pin the Commodores deep.
Well, Lafayette has nobody back deep, so they're playing fake all the way.
Edwards gets off a booming kick. It's going to hit and roll into the end zone for the touchback. Commodore ball at the 20.
Well, that's okay, though. Lafayette was playing fake all the way, and in this particular instance, with 1:57 to go in the half, you don't want to give up a block punt either, so you just tell Charlie to get it off, and that's fine. So that means Lafayette's going to have to go 80 yards in 1:57 to score.
54-yard punt there by Edwards. And the Commodores start now from their own 20-yard line. 14-3 your score, under 2 minutes to play here. The Commodores in the lead. And the Blue Devil defense basically looking to just hold things, whole serve, so to speak, here, and go into halftime with the score the same.
And I know, especially on offense, Water Valley's very frustrated, but they're going to have to just be patient. They're in the game. They're not out of this game by no means.
Mitchell on the carry. Mooneyham back in the game.
Got a flag down, Doug.
Flag comes in from the side. Holding is the call. Looks like it's going to be against the Commodores.
Yeah, he didn't say, but it's against Lafayette. They're asking for a blue captain. And you take this penalty. You take it because that's going to be from the spot of the foul, and that's going to put Lafayette back deep. I'm surprised he didn't accept that penalty. Because if you back him up 10 yards, what if you get a fumble or a turnover, see? And so the field really plays short, but I guess they wanted the down. I guess they're wanting the ball back.
2nd down now and 9, we'll call it 8. From the 22. Mooneyham back in at quarterback. Mooneyham on the quarterback keeper, and he's tackled at about the 24.
And I think Lafayette's going to be complacent to go ahead and let the time run out. I think if they'd have gotten the ball up here, say around the 35 or the 40, they might get a little urgency, may try to put another one on the board. But starting that deep in their own territory, I think they're just satisfied to let it run out.
Third down now. Third down at about 6. Ball on the 24-yard line.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see a conservative play here. Right.
You very well could just quite possibly. Well, they break the huddle.
If they
Let's see if they get it out. They didn't get it off. Delay a game penalty against the Commodores.
Delay a game called against the Commodores.
.4 seconds left to go in the first half of play. 14-3 is your score in favor of the Lafayette Commodores.
The penalty brings up third down, 3rd and 11 from the 19.
Third and 11 now from the 19-yard line for the Commodores. Mooneyham in at quarterback. Carruthers in motion. That's probably going to be the the penalty flag here. I think Carruthers started in motion a little early.
He, along with the rest of the offense.
That was pretty
blatant.
Devin Mooneyham's brother Dallas is the starting quarterback at Northwest Community College. Third down now and about 15. Ball resting back at just inside the 15-yard line.
Can't relax here now. You can't relax.
Mooneyham with a man in motion, gives it straight ahead to the fullback. He takes it up over the 20 to about the 23-yard, make it the 22-yard line.
And Coach Drury's going to use that final timeout. I like this, Doug. I like this call because you got one or two things can happen. You can set up a punt block, or you figure you're going to get the ball in pretty good field position and maybe you can get a good return out of this deal. So you say, well, man, he just burnt that last time out. Well, if you don't burn it, Lafayette's going to run the rest of the clock out. So you burn the timeout, and so you either want to try to set up a punt block or try to set up your punt return.
45.4 seconds left.
And if you can somehow or another, let's see, what's the ball on? Ball on about the 23, 22.
Stranger things happen.
Right.
You can get a bad snap.
Ball's on the 23. The punter's going to punt it from 15 yards deep, so he's going to be punting from about the 10. So you figure you could get the ball out here around midfield or somewhere and at least take a couple of shots at it. Throw a couple of bombs, maybe get lucky and catch one.
Number 5, Eric Nix back in punt formation for the Commodores.
That's if Charlie can catch it. Charlie set up at about the Water Valley 47-yard line, almost to the 45.
Good snap back, good strong kick. Ball hits at about the 46-yard line and rolls, and is going to be down at the 41.5-yard line of the Blue Devils, where the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 with 35.1 seconds left to go in the first half.
Blue Devils take over 1st and 10.
And if something happens, if you can work the sidelines, of course the clock's going to stop with the moving of the chains, but if you can somehow work the sidelines and get the ball down there around, the 15 or 20-yard line, you're going to give Drake a halfway decent shot at it. He may not make it, but he can at least take one good shot at it.
1st and 10, Blue Devils.
But, if you're going to try to score here, you're going to have to get urgent. You're going to have to get quick.
Edwards.
You're not going to be able to walk around.
In the shotgun, 3 receivers right, 1 left. Charlie pitches back. They give it to Rico. Rico cuts it up. Oh, he took a shot. Takes it up to midfield. They're going to have to hurry.
Stop under 18, Mooneyham of the Commodores.
Coming up on 20 seconds.
He needs to go downfield here somehow or another, Doug.
Blue Devils.
Taking too much time.
Incomplete pass out to Pierre Allen.
Number 3, Pierre Allen.
Second, and that was the 2nd and 2. Now you bring up a 3rd and 2.
It may be to Water Valley's, that might have been to Water Valley's advantage that he dropped that ball. He wasn't going to gain much.
This basically gives you time to set up one down the field.
Well, yeah, you can take a shot at the end zone, or you can try to take something down there around the 10 if you can get out of bounds.
or hope for a pass interference call.
Right.
Edwards in the shotgun. Allen to his left. Back.
To pass.
Edwards looking downfield over the middle, and it's intercepted by Devin Mooneyham at the 20-yard line. Biggest thing to do is to tackle Mooneyham now before he is able to score. Time expires, and he's finally tackled at the 46-yard line. And that's the end of the first half of play on an interception. But the score is the Commodores 14, the Blue Devils 3. The Blue Devils will receive as the Commodores will kick it off here. The Blue Devils won the toss and the opening part and deferred until the second half. Therefore, we get the ball first here in the second half. And the Blue Devils need to get this ball and come out and get some offensive momentum established quickly.
One point I want to make, Doug, and I don't know if you've gone over this or not, but this is an interesting statistic considering the score. Leading rushers in the game for Lafayette, Nix has 5 carries for 49 yards, and for Water Valley, Pierre Allen's got 4 carries for 55 yards. So that's pretty evenly matched.
Number 5, Eric Nix,
and of course, like you said, a lot of it has to do with those 2 crucial turnovers by Lafayette. But Water Valley very much still in this football game, and I think it's going to be crucial that they do something right here on this opening drive.
Nix has been getting some strong kickoffs during the first half. He's got a strong leg. So we'll see if he gets a good foot into this one. Pierre Allen, your deep man, flanked by Gillard and Hawkins. The kick is going to go to Allen at about the 17. Allen looking for running room, hurdles a couple of defenders, takes it up to about the 34.
And I tell you too, Doug, another way to neutralize that Lafayette offense, keep them off the field.
That's right. Use a ball control offense. The Blue Devils will take over now, 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Let's see what the coaching staff comes up with here in the second half for the Blue Devil offense.
I like the way Pierre returned that kick, though. He caught the ball, went straight up the gut, hit the seam full speed, and then winds up getting pretty good field position here.
Gillard, your lone back. Allen out in a receiver position. Quick pass and through Allen's hands, incomplete.
Well, he's got to focus on the football, Doug. He's worried about that cornerback for Lafayette. That's where his mind is. That's where his focus is. He's worried about getting hit or turning and running before he makes the catch. He's got to make the catch. Throw was a little bit low, but it was down there where he could handle it.
2nd and 10 now for the Blue Devils from the 34-yard line. Double tight end set for the Blue Devils. 2 receivers to the right. Edwards on the QB option, looking for running room up the middle. Takes it over to the 40 to about the 42. Bring up a 3rd and short situation for the offense. Nice run there by Charlie.
Good read there on the option. Lafayette's defense had the dive back covered. Charlie read it right. Picked up good yardage. This is crucial. You say, well, how can it be crucial just 11 minutes and 19 seconds into the 3rd quarter? Well, because you need to keep the Lafayette offense off the field.
3rd and 2 from the 42. Quarterback bootleg. Edwards lowers his shoulder and goes out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Now, if you can string a few of those together, that gets you a little momentum going, too.
That gets the rock rolling, so to speak. Pierre Allen once again out to the right, this time in a receiver position. Edwards gives it to Rico Gillard. Gillard pops through the hole, takes it into Commodore territory down to about the 47-yard line. Nice pickup there, about 6-7 yards.
Yeah, it looks like Water Valley's made a little bit of adjustment there as far as how they're handling the defensive front of Lafayette, creating some good seams there. That's what you want on 1st down. You want, gain about 5 or 6 yards. You need to be good positive yardage on 1st down. Brings up the 2nd and 3rd down shorts, a lot more manageable situations.
2nd down now and about 5. Receivers to the left this time. Quarterback Edwards looking to keep it. Breaks a couple of tackles before he's finally tackled back at the 50 for a loss of about 2.
Well, there again, I think Charlie was wanting to pull it on the option. Running back wouldn't let him pull it. Fortunate he didn't fumble. I think he actually first thought he dropped it because he kind of stopped to be sure he had the ball.
3rd down now and about 7.
Loss on the play brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 7 from the 50.
Give it to Gillard up inside. He takes it into Commodore territory once again down to about the 47-yard line. But that's going to leave you with a 4th and about 4 or 5.
Hit first by Phillips with Commodores. Brings up 4th down.
So once again, this is just what you didn't want to see. The offense stalls, and the punting team is forced to come on the field.
Well, the positive thing about it is, Doug, is you were able to get enough first downs to get you some punting room anyway, get you some field position to punt. You just hope Charlie can get off a good punt. And once again, Lafayette does not have a deep man back. They're playing fake all the way.
Snap back. Gets a nice kick off. It's going to hit and is down at about the 18-yard line down there by the Blue Devils.
Now, I think it's important, too, Doug, that Water Valley's defense come out here and do everything they can to get a 3 and out.
Commodores take over 1st and 10 from the 19.
1st and 10 Commodores from their own 19-yard line. 9 minutes left to go here in the 3rd period of play. 14-3 is your score in favor of the Commodores. Not a whole lot of offense, really, as far as statistic-wise in the first half. You had 161 yards of total offense for the Commodores, 86 for the Blue Devils. Buford in the game. They give it to Nix. Nix takes it up to the 25.
Charlie Edwards and Albert Horton of the Blue Devils.
Where it'll be 2nd down and about 4.
Well, one thing that I've figured out here early is you're not going to arm tackle Nix. He's a good physical runner. You're going to have to put a pretty good lick. I see a lot of Water Valley's defenders reaching out there trying to grab him. He's just going to run right through those.
Give it to Anthony Carruthers. Carruthers around the left end, right end rather. And he's finally run out of bounds at the about the 41-yard line of the Commodores. 1st and 10 Commodores.
Commodore 1st and 10 from the 41.
Buford hands it off to Carruthers. Carruthers looking for running room, and there is none. He was tackled that time by Albert Horton, along with Matt Jackson.
First by Matt Jackson of the Blue Devils. Again, 2 of the play brings up 2nd and 8 from the 43.
2nd and 8 now for the Commodores from their own 43-yard line. Gives it to the first man through. That's Killen. He pops the hole quickly. And he's finally tackled down at the Blue Devil 29-yard line.
Stopped by Brandon Hawkins and Derek Blackman of the Blue Devils.
I tell you, Brandon, number 14, he's not 100% at all. Well, you see him coming off the field right there, and he's favoring that ankle. He hurt himself on that interception in the first half, and he just has no mobility whatsoever.
29.
If you're Water Valley, you really can't afford to give up a score here.
1st and 10 now for the Commodores. Buford to Britton, and Britton is hammered in the backfield by Gillard and Horton. No gain on the play.
Well, Water Valley's done a real good job of adjusting to that. in the first half, or especially the first quarter, that was a real good play for Lafayette. They've done a good job of defending that play.
From the 30.
Second down and 11.
Your interior light is on. Mickey Babb, your interior light is on.
Fumble on the play, but Buford is able to recover for an additional loss on the play of about another yard. It'll bring up third down now at about 12. And the turnover bug bites the Commodores again, but they're able to recover.
Third down, third and 13.
Third and 13 now for the Commodores. Buford back to pass. Had a receiver open. Number 10 was open there. That's B.J. Shaw. He was wide open there at about first down yardage, and he just overthrew him just a bit. Fourth down now in 13. And let's see if the Commodores go for this here on a fourth and 13. Buford's still in the game. I think they are. Unless you see them go the little pooch kick route that Itawamba went in a couple of games ago. Fourth and 13 now. And they call timeout.
Timeout, Commodores.
You're watching Blue Devil football. Fourth down and about 13 upcoming here for the Commodores. Ball resting on the Blue Devil 32-yard line. 6 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the third period of play. 14-3 is your score still. But the Commodores have an opportunity here. Will they punt or will they go for it on a fourth and 13? We shall see. As we come out of the timeout here, looks like the Commodores quite possibly intend to go for it. Haven't shown their hand yet. Believe they are going to go for it. Lone back in the backfield is 41 Killen. He got a big yardage while ago. Buford back to pass, under pressure. And he threw it to number 3, Carruthers, and Carruthers just dropped it incomplete.
Well, they tried to set up the screen pass, Doug. Water Valley, I think, had it defended pretty good, but like you said, he dropped the ball, so it goes down incomplete. So Water Valley takes over on down.
He was under pressure there. That was one of the Harris boys there, number 65 with the pressure. I believe that was Danny.
Well, when you're trying to set up the screen, that's what you try to do. You invite the pressure and then just dump it off. I think we got official
timeout on the field for the water break. We'll take that, and you're watching Blue Devil football. First and 10 now for the Blue Devils, going back the other way after the incomplete pass by the Commodores. Ball at the 32-yard line. Edwards on the bootleg. Has a receiver open. It's number 3, Pierre Allen, and he's tackled at about the 42-yard line, but a nice catch. And he's close to first down yardage lane.
I think they're going to give it to him, Doug. That was a good job there by Charlie being patient. Didn't try to force anything. He let Pierre clear out into the flat, put it right on the numbers there.
First down, Blue Devils, just past the 42-yard line.
First and 10 for the 42.
Give it to Allen up through the middle. Allen looking for running room. Takes it down into Commodore territory. Gives him forward progress to about the 45. And that's going to be enough for another first down.
Stop by Nix. The 46 of the Commodores.
No, what? Stupid. Funny. Oh.
Blue Devil first and 10.
Second down now. Excuse me, first and 10. And Edwards tackled in the backfield. Back about the 48-yard line. dropped him for about a 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13.
It just kind of seems to be the order of the day. Water Valley puts together a couple of first downs and then
2 steps
wham.
forward and 1 step
That's
back.
right, and then Lafayette's defense comes in and makes a good play.
Loss of 2 on the play brings it 2nd and 12 from the 48 for the Blue Devils.
That's good, though.
2nd and 13. Edwards rolling to his left. Has to tuck it. And he had nowhere to go with it, and he eats it at about the 49.
And he had nowhere to throw it too, Doug. I mean, every receiver was covered. So instead of trying to force it, he just tried to make something happen. And and that's just a tribute to Lafayette's defense. Just good coverage. They had all the receivers covered. And
loss on the play.
3rd and 17.
3rd and 17 from the 48 for the Blue Devils.
It has, pretty much. It's pretty clean.
Edwards.
Back to pass. Pass incomplete. Intended for number 84.
well, they're going to
And
run.
they had it set up. They were going for the old hook and ladder play, and they had it set up. Rico was coming around the end, and if James Johnson could have caught the bass and made the pitch, they had it set up.
There again. I think he tried to pitch it before he caught it.
4th down now in 17, and Edwards is forced into punt formation. He will kick from about his own 37-yard line. And once again, nobody back for the Commodores. High snap. Edwards gets the boot off. We may see if we get a favorable bounce. And it's down inside the 10 at the 6-yard line.
Well, I'd like to have seen him let it roll just one more bounce. He could have got it inside the 5, but you can't risk it rolling into the end zone. Good,
nice coverage by the punt team.
Good job there, and I really don't understand. Of course, I guess I can to a certain extent. I'm just surprised. Seems like every time Water Valley's punt, Lafayette has not even put anybody back deep. Like they're playing fake all the way.
We hadn't faked it yet a time, have we? So far.
It's going to be important here now, Doug. You've got the field position back in your favor at this point. I think it's important for Water Valley to keep them down here.
Try to hold them on a 1st and 10 now from deep in their own end.
Mooneyham on the carry.
Mooneyham on a quarterback sneak straight up the middle. He takes it up to about the just over the 10, gain of about 3 on the play. Call it 2nd and 7.
Again, a 3 on the play brings that 2nd and 7 from the 10.
Mooneyham gives it to Killen.
Killen on the carry.
Straight up the middle off the right side, takes it up over the 15 out to about the 17.
There's a maroon GMC Sierra with a license plate 212 LY3, Lafayette County tag.
It's first down.
Move your vehicle. A maroon GMC Sierra.
Evidently it was enough for the first down.
Plate 212.
All resting on about the 17-yard line. Closer to the 18. 1st and 10 now for the Commodores. 2:44 and counting in the 3rd period of play. 14-3. Overflow crowd here. You may be able to see in the background on some of the shots on the Lafayette side. Folks standing all over the hill. Ball's on the ground. Mooneyham picks it up, but he's under pressure. And he's tackled back at about the 15-yard line. Second down now at about 13 for the Commodores after the loss on that play.
Second down, 2nd and 12 from the 16 for the Commodores.
Mooneyham now in at quarterback. Hands it off to Nix. Nix ducking for running room. Comes around the end. And he's finally tackled by Horton up at about the 22. It's going to bring up a third down now and about 5. 3rd and 5 from the 23.
Third down, 3rd and 5 from the 23.
This is a big third down here, Doug. They need to really try to hold them here to force a punting situation.
Mooneyham under center. Carruthers in motion, straight ahead, give, and there's nothing there as the defensive line closes down the middle, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 5.
Hit first by Charles Sims of the Blue Devils. Assisted by Matt Jackson. Brings up 4th down, 4th and 5 from the 23.
Nix back in punt formation now. Charlie Edwards back deep to receive it about his own 46.
Number 5, Eric Nix back in punt formation for the Commodores. Number 10, Charlie Edwards back deep to receive for the Blue Devils.
Gets the kick away.
Get away from that.
It's going to hit and it'll take a sideways roll, and we're going to get the football at about the 49-yard line, our own 49. 1st and 10. 28 seconds to go in the third period to play, 14-3. And the Blue Devils need to establish something here.
I think they need to score.
Yeah.
The third quarter is pretty much gone. You got 28.9 seconds to go in the third quarter. So
you got to score twice.
Get at least one play here. But I think it's imperative that they score on this drive right here.
49-yard line. 1st and 10 Blue Devils. Allen and Johnson. Allen right, Johnson left. Gillard in the backfield. They give it to Gillard. Gillard off the left side looking for room, trying to pick up some blockers. He takes it down inside the 44.
That's a good gain.
That's about the 40. Yeah, to about the 44 is where they're going to mark it. About 6 yards.
Good 7-yard gain there. It's what you like to see on first down.
Coming in now, and it's just very likely that they're just going to let the quarter expire here as you're under 5 seconds.
And 7 on the play brings up 2nd and 3 from the 44.
And that's the end of the third period of play with your score. The Lafayette Commodores 14, your Water Valley Blue Devils 3. And you're watching Blue Devil football. The fourth period of play, 14-3, your score in favor of the Commodores. Edwards in the shotgun. It looked like a direct snap. He heaves one intended for Pierre Allen. Allen comes back and adjusts to the ball at the 15. It is complete. Nice catch by Pierre Allen.
Well,
nice throw by Charlie Edwards.
You called it, Doug. It was a little bit underthrown, but Pierre did a real good job of adjusting to the ball, and he went up and caught it at the highest point. Blue Devils are in business here now. We were talking that how important it is, or how important we think it is for the Water Valley to score right here. And this would get them right back in it.
1st and 10 from the 15. Some quick stats through the third quarter. Lafayette, 222 yards rushing, 10 yards passing for a total of 232 on offense. For the Blue Devils, 107 rushing, 22 passing for a total of 129. Edwards in the shotgun. Direct snap to Rico Gillard, and he doesn't get a whole lot.
Hit first by Lipsy of the Commodores.
I tell you, Lafayette's, in my opinion, has just done an outstanding job all night of just controlling that line of scrimmage, or that mesh point, if you will. It's very little running room,
No gain on play,
and what little running room's there, they're only giving up, 3 or 4 yards.
2nd down and 10 now. Gillard in the backfield to Edwards' right. This time Edwards takes off on the bootleg to the right, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. Gain of maybe 3.
Brought down by Clayton.
That shows you the speed of Lafayette on defense. Charlie had the corner. The corner was open, but by the time he got to the line of scrimmage, he had white shirts pursuing him hot and heavy. And that's just a tribute to Lafayette's defense. They got great speed, great speed.
3rd down and 6. Well, make it 7. Ball on about the 11. Got to get to the 5 for the 1st down. Edwards. Ah, there's the flag. Yes, indeed. A little pass interference. There's the Lafayette Commodore defender. Was just a little early on Johnson.
Now that's going to be an automatic first down. Big play there, Doug. Evidently, it was pretty obvious because there were a bunch of flags in on that one.
There's about 3 of them there, so it wasn't just one official that saw that. But even I saw that one. He hit him just a little early. Little anxious on to get the stop.
All right, that penalty's marked. It's half the distance to the goal, but it's an automatic first down. So you've got first and goal now for Water Valley.
First and goal for the Blue Devils now. Ball resting just outside the 5, between the 5 and the 6.
Penalty brings up first and goal from the 6.
Allen to your right in a wide receiver slot. Pitch it back to Gillard, and Gillard fumbles. Pierre Allen manages to get back over there and recover, however, for the Blue Devils.
Pierre Allen recovers.
And he stopped back at the 10-yard line. So it was a first and goal from the 6. Now is a second and goal from the 10, or from the 11.
Well, there again, Lafayette had that defended perfect. They had it defended perfect.
Second down, second and 11.
Allen right, Johnson left. Gillard in the backfield with Edwards. Edwards under pressure and is tackled back at about the 14-yard line.
Well, Lafayette came with a blitz. They blitzed at number 46 for Lafayette. They came with the blitz. Nobody picked him up.
Number 46 for the Commodores. Well, we don't have a 46. One of those number changes.
Third and goal from the 14.
Third and goal now from the 14, and I believe we're going to have a timeout for the Blue Devils. And we'll take a break here, and you're watching Blue Devil football. Third and goal now from about the 14-yard, I'll make it the 13-yard line. Now I'll make it to 14. So what you're looking at here is a field goal. I don't know that it does you any good at this point.
Well, it does to a certain extent, Doug. If you make it, it's 14-6, so you're a touchdown and 2-point conversion down.
Third and goal from the 14.
Third down,
4 receivers out in the pattern. One setback, that's Gillard to Edwards' right. Trips to the right. Edwards, and Hawkins can't hold on to it. Incomplete.
Well, once again, I don't know if Hawkins could have gained that much yardage anyway. Lafayette had it defended pretty good. Plus, you know, Hawkins not playing 100%.
Fourth and goal now from the 13.
Now, this is fourth and goal now, Doug. If you don't score, ball goes over, so you got to go to the end zone.
Same formation. Edwards takes the snap, pumps, throws into the end zone. Intended for Derek Blackman, and it's intercepted by Zach Britton, and he came over Blackman's back to get it. Ball goes over to the Commodores on the 20.
Commodores take over first and 10 from the 20.
Now you can look for Lafayette maybe to just try to chew some clock.
First and 10 Commodores at their own 20. They give it to Nix.
On the carry.
Looking for some running room. He gains maybe 2, maybe 3.
Doug, I really think that, if Water Valley would have maybe been inside the 10 in a fourth and goal, you might have seen him take the field goal. but it was out here about the, let's say, the 15.
Again, two on the
So
play brings up second
you're
and
looking
8
at a
from the
good
22 for the Commodores.
30, 35-yard field goal attempt. So there again, I think if he was closer, he might have taken the 3 points or attempted to take the 3 points.
Second and 8. They give it to Carruthers. Carruthers looking for running room on the outside. And he's tackled by Horton up at about the 36-yard line. First and 10 Commodores from the 36. 8:36 to go in the contest, 14-3 Commodores. Buford rolling under pressure. Almost intercepted by Blackman as he picked it up off the ground. It was intended for Britton, incomplete.
Just overthrown, Doug. He had him. Had him wide open, just overthrew him.
Second and 10 now for the Commodores.
Brings up second and 10 from the 36 for the Commodores.
Penalty marker. I don't know what that's about.
Penalty marker on the play.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
So the next one will be marked off, if I'm not mistaken.
Second and 10. Buford straight ahead to the fullback,
Phillips on the carry.
number 44, that's Phillips. Takes it up to the 41.
Another crucial third down, Doug. If you can hold, you're still in the game. You're still in the game, but at some point you're going to have to open it up a little bit because you need a score. You need to score in a bad way.
Third and about 5. Buford rolling. Albert Horton tackles him for a loss.
First by Horton with the Blue Devils, assisted by Pierre Allen and Rico Gillard.
That brings up about fourth down and about 7 after the loss. 7:22 and counting.
Tell you, the Blue Devil defense has done a nice job here in the second half. They've held Lafayette at bay, and they're giving the offense a chance to get in the game.
Nix gets the punt off. Edwards calls for the fair catch, and he muffs it, and the Commodores recover. First and 10 Commodores at the 37-yard line.
Worst thing could have happened to you right there.
And the Commodores want to talk about it, so we'll take a break. You're watching Blue Devil football. .6:59 to go in the contest, 14-3 in favor of the Commodores. Commodores have the ball first and 10 on the Blue Devil 37-yard line after the muffed punt return. And once again, the Blue Devil defense, which has done a heck of a job here in the second half, is called upon again to try and hold the Commodores.
Commodores have the ball first and 10 from the 37.
Mooneyham in the contest. And it's incomplete. There's a penalty flag on the play.
Penalty marker on the play.
Well, I like the call on as far the offensive call for Lafayette. They're coming off a turnover, and you know they're going for the kill. They were trying to put Water Valley away.
Procedure against the Commodores.
Against the Commodores.
They decline the penalty and take the result of the play, which of course was an incomplete pass. That'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball resting on the 37-yard line.
2nd and 10 from the 37.
Mooneyham at quarterback. Hands off to Nix. Nix breaks a tackle. And finally dragged down by Albert Horton at the 31-yard line.
Gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 5 from the 31.
Carruthers. And he's tackled at about the 31-yard line. Little or no gain on the play, as Gillard came up from behind and closed on him.
No gain on play brings up 4th.
Looks like Lafayette's going to go for it again. I'm a little bit surprised, really, here, Doug, that that they don't try to pin Water Valley deep. They're up by 2 scores, 5.5 minutes to go in the game.
4th and about 4. Mooneyham hands it off to Carruthers, and he is dropped in the backfield. Got to give credit to the Blue Devil defense here in the second half especially. They have done a heck of a job.
Yeah, they really have. They have adjusted well. They're tackling better, playing with a little bit more aggression. They're giving Water Valley chances, and the offense just hadn't been able to punch it in.
1st and 10 now, and it's an official timeout here for the water break.
Official time.
First and 10 now from their own 33-yard line. The Blue Devils take over here. 4 wide receivers in the pattern, 1 back in the backfield. That's Rico Gillard.
1st and 10 from the 32.
Fake the heave. Edwards with time. Had a receiver open. He threw it just behind Johnson.
Number 84, James Johnson.
2nd down and 10.
Well, one thing, too, I want to point out, Doug, when Water Valley's passed the ball, with the exception of that when Lafayette blitzed, Charlie's had very good time to throw tonight. Offensive line's done a good job as far as pass protection goes. So he's had time to throw.
2nd and 10.
Edwards back to pass.
Edwards heaves one up intended for Allen. Allen goes up and gets it. What a catch by Pierre Allen down at the 33-yard line.
I see why they line him up out there now. He has made 2 outstanding catches.
And has the speed, too.
And again, Doug, the key is he's going up and out jumping the defender from Lafayette. He's catching the ball at the highest point. And we were talking during the break, Doug, if you can get a quick score here, you're right back in it.
Charlie Edwards is now 4 of 12 for 86 yards passing. Back to pass again. Downfield looking for Johnson, and he's picked off. Number 7, Woodall, up to the sideline, and Edwards knocks him out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Commodores have the ball. 1st and 10 from the 48.
1st and 10 Commodores from the 48. That's the 5th turnover of the night for the Blue Devils. First and 10 now for the Commodores at the 48. They give it to Nix.
Nix on the carry.
Looking for running room, strings it out, penalty marker on the play. Nix going down the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds by Edwards down about the 30-yard line. But as we say, there's a penalty marker on the play.
Got a feeling that is coming back.
Very likely going to be a hold.
Rico Gillard, I think it was Rico. I couldn't really tell, but he was whoever it was literally tackled in the backfield.
So they'll march that one all the way back to inside the Commodore territory at about the 40.5-yard line, where it will be first and about 20.
After the penalty brings up first and 21 from the 41 for the Commodores.
Buford stopped in the fumble on the play. Who recovers? I believe it's a Blue Devil football. Pierre Allen was there to grab a hold of Buford in the backfield and force the fumble. And that's the 3rd Commodore turnover of the evening.
Once again, Doug, 4.5 minutes to go in the game. If you somehow put one in here.
Edwards in the shotgun. Quick hitter out to, quick pass to number 3, Pierre Allen. Allen gains about 6 or 7 yards down to the 32.
Second down, 2nd and 3 from the 31 for the Blue Devils.
2nd down and 4 now. Edwards looking.
Edwards on the carry.
Pulls it down, trying to run, gets down close to first down yardage.
There again, that's a smart decision by Charlie. Read all the reads, didn't have nothing. No sense in trying to force it here. You've had too many turnovers already. Just tucks it and gets what he can get. You're in 4-down territory anyway.
Well, it's going to be a little short. 3rd down and about a yard.
From the 29 for the Blue Devils.
Edwards pitches it back to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room. He cuts it up. He's got enough for the first down. I believe he takes it down to about the 25. Ball came out after the play was whistled dead.
Tell you what, Lafayette's defense has done an outstanding job against our option tonight. They had that play covered, but just good running there by Rico was able to pick up the first down, which is really all you want to do. Clock stops on a first down. Now you can kind of go back to you're trying to get the quick score. Down to 3:09. Clock will start when the referee puts it in motion.
1st and 10 now from the 25. Edwards looking for running room on the draw. Takes it down inside to about the 24. Gain of 1 on the play. Stopped by Lipsy.
Time is of the issue, Doug. You're going to have to start trying to throw the ball downfield. Because remember, you're still down 2 scores.
2nd and 8. Ball just inside the 25-yard line at the 24. 3 receivers to the right. Edwards with time.
Edwards on the carry.
Taya pulls it down and takes off with some running room, breaks a couple of tackles, and finally takes it down to about the 11-yard line.
It's going to be a first
It's going
down.
to be a first down. Nice run there by Charlie.
Making some smart decisions. He's not forcing it. Good job by the offensive line. They're giving him plenty of time to throw. He's able to look over the field.
From the 11.
But you're going to have to start taking some shots at the end zone. We just went under 2 minutes.
Give it to Gillard.
Gillard on the carry.
Takes it down to the 10.
Tripped up by number 41, Gillard.
And the Blue Devils are going to take a timeout here. We'll take a break, and you're watching Blue Devil football. Second and 9 from the 11-yard line for the Blue Devils now. 1:45 to go on the clock. 14-3 your score in favor of the Commodores. And the clock is the enemy here.
Again, Doug, I know the situation don't look good as far as the score and the clock, but if you can throw one in there pretty quick,
Second down, 2nd and 9.
you know, of course, you're going to be forced to onside kick it, of course.
2nd and 9. Edwards looking for some running room, tries to break it to the outside. Gets out of bounds. There's a penalty flag thrown, but Edwards gets out of bounds at about the 3. See who the flag is on. Face mask against the Commodores.
I think they tacked that on at the end of the run. I'm not sure. Of course, like you said, he's down to the 3, so it's going to go half the distance to the goal.
So they step it off. If they mark it off from the 3, we get it at the 1.5, basically. That's it.
Well, they got it spotted in between the, you're right, 1.5, Doug.
At the 1.5-yard line. First and goal from inside the 2.
Your trip's right, so look for something to that wide side of the field.
Edwards back rolling, throws to Rico Gillard, and Gillard is into the end zone. Touchdown, Rico Gillard.
Now you got a decision. Do you go for 2 to get within 3, or do you take the extra point to stay within 4? I think you got to go for 2 here to get you within a field goal to tie. Because even if you don't make the 2-point conversion, you're going to have to score a touchdown. So even if you take the kick, you're going to have to score a touchdown. So, you know, I think it's a good gamble.
And I think that is what they are going to do. Edwards still in the ball game. Pierre and Rico in the backfield with him. Well, Antonio Johnson at quarterback. And they give it to Pierre Allen, and he just gets stuffed in the backfield. So the extra 2-point conversion attempt is no good. That leaves your score, the Commodores 14, the Blue Devils 9. We'll be back with kickoff after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. (14-9) your score in favor of the Commodores. The Blue Devil defense here in the second half has done an excellent job. They have held the Commodores scoreless since the Commodores scored with 6 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the, or 6:22 into the second quarter of play. And they have held the Commodores scoreless since that point. So the defense has done its job. The offense, unfortunately, just has not been able to take advantage of opportunities that were handed to them.
And Doug, let's make the statement now. A lot of that has to do with Lafayette's defense has also played very, very well.
Oh, Lafayette has played an excellent ball game tonight on both sides of the ball. They with 3 turnovers, and they're still leading this contest.
Yep. The ball's supposed to go 10. I think it may have went 1.
So that, I'm guessing, will be where the Commodores get the ball.
Lafayette gets the ball. Lafayette gets the ball right there.
Commodores with the ball on the Blue Devil 41-yard line. 1st and 10 now.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Devin Mooneyham in the ball game as your quarterback.
Well, Blue Devils can only stop it one more time.
They hand it to Nix. Penalty flag on the play. Nix tackled there by number 65, Danny Harris.
Illegal procedure called against.
Got to try to strip the ball, Doug. Like we said, Water Valley can only stop the clock one more time.
Penalties declined. 2nd down and about 8 from the 38.
Penalties declined. Is it 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the 38.
Commodores go to the full house backfield.
Yeah, they're going to run the play right as the 25-second clock runs out.
Takes the snap, hands it to Nix. Nix on the carry. And takes it down to about the 19-yard line for a Commodore 1st down.
That's going to probably do it right there, Doug.
First and 10 now for the Commodores.
Commodore 1st and 10
From just outside the 20. Penalty marker on the play.
Penalty marker on the play.
Procedure against the Commodores.
Illegal procedure called against the Commodores.
And the Commodores call a timeout with 40.9 seconds left in the contest. We'll take a break and be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. First and 15 now for the Commodores. Ball resting on the Blue Devil 26-yard line. Best thing the Blue Devils can hope for is a fumble and a long return. Once again, the Commodores line up with a full house backfield. One receiver to the left. And Mooneyham takes a knee.
Yeah, they'll have to snap it one more time to avoid the delay of game penalty, but they'll probably take the delay of game penalty.
2nd down now and about 20. Coming up on 10 seconds to play. And they take the snap, and Mooneyham takes the knee. And there are zeros on the clock. And that's the end of this contest. The Lafayette Commodores win a close one, 14-9.